Obama has now warned Republicans, oh, get me this new video. This just went up on drudgereport.com. We'll get it up on Infowars.com. Obama, Trump unfit, woefully unprepared for presidency, has to be a point where you say enough. They're getting ready to suspend the elections. They're getting ready to start race riots. Because they know he's a patriot. They've gone into full panic mode because they got his phones tapped and they know he's a patriot and willing to lose his life. This is unprecedented to have hundreds of top Republicans who have always been rhino, neocon globalists come out, from Brent Scrowcroft right down to George Herbert Walker Bush, saying he's unfit. They're going to vote for Hillary, who the Bushes vacation with, who sold us out to the communist Chinese. It was the Bushes that sold us out to begin with to the communist Chinese. We have foreign interests that have sold us out and are literally shutting off our power plants. They shut off more than 3 of our power plants a week. China gets more than 3 a week. We are under economic warfare by globalists. We're going to get that video. We're going to play it. It's going up on Infowars.com right now. This is it. We finally got a candidate that's a patriot. We finally got somebody that beat the mainstream media, that beat the Republicans trying to suspend the election, trying to just install Paul Ryan. And now they're in the news acting like Trump's a kook, going, nobody tried to steal something from him in the primary. Nobody took anything from Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders supporters are all over going, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. See, Trump knows what he's doing. He'll get the Sanders people, if they have any soul, any mind, any sense of not wanting to be robbed, they are going to realize that this is happening and that this is going on. But I want to thank the viewers, I want to thank the listeners for your financial support, buying things like water filtration systems so you don't get the glyphosate and the fluoride on the garbage, getting things like non-GMO, high-quality heirloom seeds, getting things like the books, the films, the videos to hand out to others, the T-shirts that spread the word about come and take it, and we're going to stand up so you meet like-minded people, and buy the nutraceuticals, because I just can't believe InfoWars is there with Drudge and Breitbart and the Daily Caller and a few others, and obviously the patriots of this country, of every race, color, and creed, standing against the Pope and the communist Chinese and the Saudi Arabians and the Mexican presidents and Mexican kingpins and all these people that are involved in all these horrible things, telling us we can't have Trump. And now the president holds a press conference of political correctness because he said, hey, why isn't that Muslim woman speaking? I don't like it in the Muslim culture that women aren't allowed to speak and got to wear hoods over their heads. Absolutely. We're sick of it. Trump can't go to Saudi Arabia and preach Christianity. This con guy's in the Muslim Brotherhood that Obama's all hooked up with that overthrew Egypt. That's what all of this has come down to. That's what we face as a society and as a culture. And remember, they said Drudge was a kook in the media. They said Drudge is crazy. He's making a big deal out of the fact that they canceled elections in Colorado and a bunch of other states and just handed it to Ted Cruz. I mean, that's completely normal. And look at this kook Trump. I mean, you know, he saw 8 million more people vote, and then he magically gets less votes than McCain did in 2012. That's obviously fraud. And then they openly try to steal it from Trump, and he dares speak about it when they're rigging everything from Google to you name it. Now, let's go ahead and play this incredible Real Clear Politics. This is Obama addressing the press, and he says he's woefully unfit. 6-minute clip, here it is.
Thank you, Mr. President. Given the Republican nominee's recent comments about the Khan family and his statement that if president, he would consider recognizing Russia's annexation of Crimea, does it make you question his fitness to be president? And secondly, sir, on Libya, you've said in the past that the worst mistake of your presidency may have been your failure to plan for the aftermath of that 2011 NATO intervention in Libya. Do you see your new decision to bomb ISIS there as a direct result of that?
Yes. I think the Republican nominee is unfit. to serve as president. I said so last week, and he keeps on proving it.
Hit pause. Back it up 10 seconds if you can. This is a guy who funded the Muslim Brotherhood and ISIS and Al-Qaeda to take down at least 4 countries. This is a guy who tells you that you're a bitter clinger if you're a Christian and own guns. This is a guy that has complete disdain for this country and has bankrupted it even more and broken every promise he made and foisted Obamacare on the people that took more than 35 million Americans out of full-time, higher paid jobs into part-time, low-paid jobs because the corporations wrote it that way to drive down wages and create a giant glut of labor. This is a guy doubling black unemployment. This is a guy in Africa basically installing leadership and funds where women have to sign agreements to be sterilized or to have abortions to get a tiny micro loan. This is a guy literally out to kill black people. And I've got to hear all day how much he loves them. I mean, he is an abomination. And then he sits there and says, this man is unfit because he has top of his class economics degree and built a $50+ billion company and himself is worth over $10 billion. And you say he isn't fit when we don't even know what your real name is. And they found new brochures from the 1997 that you put out saying you were born in Kenya, which we all know was a scam to hide who your daddy really was. And we bought it for a while. Frank Marshall Davis. That's a scandal that you lived with the head of the Communist Party in Hawaii who was a top pornographer. He wrote that in Dreams of My Real Father. That's a scandal enough. And then it's a spitting image. It's daddy. We got mommy posing naked on the couch that he's photographed on later. Open and shut. And you know why they put Obama in? Because he's totally blackmailed, folks, by all these foreign interests. And we are basically blackmailed by Saudi Arabia and Communist China. We are totally screwed over. We are in red level crisis. And you know the good news? The military, almost to a person, knows it. This little scam saying Trump doesn't like the military and made fun of this dead soldier or whatever, that's all made up. He said, why does Khan have his wife up there not talking with her part of her face covered up? That's what he said. Total distraction from Hillary helping kill hundreds of thousands of Christians in Syria, in Libya, in Egypt. That's the outrage. That's what's a big issue. Folks, I do not have words, again, to describe to you how historic all of this is, how over the top how all of this is, how amazing this all is. People keep saying, well, if Hillary's going to steal the election, what's the point of Trump saying it? Doesn't he want to encourage people to vote because landslides beat theft? He said that. He's going to fight it. He's going to point out she stole the nomination. Listen to me carefully, okay? The issue is she stole the nomination. She's a fraud. And that the Bernie people shouldn't just forget about that and we move on like goldfish with 10-second memory spans and attention spans, and that we have to make this the big issue and put out the reports and the videos, call them ads if you want, showing how they stole it, showing what they did, showing how Trump stood up and said no, so they had to back off. He's doing the right thing. He's coming out and speaking about this so that they understand he's not going to play games. And so it's a referendum on overthrowing the corrupt occupiers of this country, the foreign interest that run both political party machines, who are now showing the fact that the Republican Party is trying to keep him from fundraising and trying to give all of the votes they can and having all the Republican leadership say they're going basically and voting for Hillary Clinton. This doesn't discredit Trump, that our known occupiers, our enemies, the traitors, are putting everything they can against him. It's why we must have him. They're the ones running us in the ground. They're the ones bankrupting us. They're the ones starting the wars. They're the ones engaging in all this evil. They're the ones that want to make us poor to control us. They're the ones coming after our guns. They're the ones federalizing the churches with the faith-based initiative. They're the ones federalizing local schools. They're the ones federalizing local police. They're the ones funding the race war. They're the ones funding the division. They're the ones making you pay for people to have sex changes and pay for abortions. They're the ones. They're the ones. They're the globalists. They're the enemy. They're the problem. They're like the EU that came over and took over England. And we're saying, you know what, globalists, get out of here. Where are you? And it's taken just magic, beautiful Yankee like Donald Trump to stand up and say, you want to come after me? Go ahead. But I'm standing up for this country.
Talk show host is Alex Jones. He's a conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
Deeply, I think, racist.
I just got called racist by MSNBC.
I don't want that man to have a gun.
1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
The Alex Jones Show. Watch the free stream live at Infowars.com/show.
We have ended the big mega sale, the biggest in our history. Now, we have kept 3 items, though, this week. That's Brain Force, While Supplies Last, the amazing nootropic, for $17.76, normally $29. Leading competitors that have similar formulas are $60 to $70 to $80. So we're already a great deal at that price. It has some ingredients that are controlled or prescription in Europe. That's how powerful it is. Read about it for yourself at InfoWarsLife.com. That's 40% off. DNA Force, our flagship product. It's a big deal to offer 30% off on that. We're extending that. And then Vitamin Mineral Fusion. All the vitamins, all the minerals, the amino acids, the cofactors to help upload it. Great tasting fruit punch. Organically flavored. There's nothing else out there it's like it. It's amazing. It's plant-derived minerals. InfoWarsLife.com. That's 30% off. But I'm going to go further. Boom, here it is. Normally you sign up for auto ship, you get 10% off. You still get that on top of it. I'm doing free shipping on everything. Whether it's one Hillary for prison shirt or a Bill Clinton rape shirt or whatever it is, whatever informational warfare weapon you want to help spread the word and meet like-minded people, free shipping store-wide. Free shipping store-wide. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you can get 40% off on Brain Force. You can get 30% off on DNA Force. I'm not going to sit here and belabor this. People should really go read and see the hundreds of studies that are there breaking down just what BioPQQ does and why this is such an amazing nutraceutical and why it's so important that folks take it daily, because the compounds in this are just amazing. I mean, you just know they're from God. But I'm not going to get into the science. Go to InfoWarsLife.com. Go there to the page for yourself, and you can check it all out at InfoWarsLife.com. InfoWarsStore.com is the umbrella site, and your purchases make it possible, everything we do here. So I want to thank you all for your support, your prayers, and so much more.
We're not even able to post probably half of the reviews that come in. And the reason why is because if anyone mentions a disease or they got better from a disease, the third-party review sites that we subcontract out to that monitor these reviews, if there's any mention of a disease or anything in there, it can't go up online because of the regulations with the FDA. So please feel free to call in as much as you want. We love hearing about your stories. And this is just DNA Force, but you know, the best thing that I love to do and the best thing I tell people to do is just go online, InfoWarsLife.com, and just read all the reviews.